presentation of NBA basketball, brought to you by ESPN on EA Sports. I'm your host, Jalen Rose. The Houston Rockets will snap a losing streak with a win today against the Los Angeles Clippers. Mike Breen is joined by Jeff Van Gundy for today's call.
Welcome to Staples.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDJ94 here with, oh boy, another NBA Live, my career gameplay. And today, we are taking on the Houston Rockets with the MVP candidate of this year, James Harden. So, yeah. Now, when we started off this season, I believe I said this in one of my NBA Live videos. I said MVP. I think it was the NBA 2K video where I said I really had high hopes for MVP going to Melo this year because, you know, KD was out with injury, LeBron was on a new team. I really thought this would be Melo's year. I was wrong. But I didn't get one person. There was one person out of my whole MVP discussion that I did not get wrong at all, and that was James Harden. I said James Harden would definitely be a dark horse, but I didn't expect him to be the number 2 guy, you know, in the MVP race. I didn't expect him to be the number 2 guy, you know. That's one thing I didn't expect. I was really hoping, like, you know, maybe next year, you know, maybe next year. But I think I just think that this year, you know, I think James Harden I think he's done enough experimenting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the USA basketball team thing, I think that really, you know, him going over there and doing the things that he was doing over there, you know, getting the practice and the workouts with a lot of those different coaches, you know, to help him out with his game a little bit, especially on the defensive side. It helped him. It really did help him. He's gotten better defensively. I wouldn't say his defense is Kawhi Leonard, Paul George type, you know, defensive minded, but it's better. It's definitely better. It ain't no lockdown defense, but it's better. It's an improvement. It's better than what it was last year. That's all I can say. It's really better than what it was last year. I think that's what's really helped him so far. Is the fact that now he can play defense. Now that he's playing defense, he can definitely be considered, you know, a true threat. A true threat in the league now. Because now that he has that defensive side down now, I think it's going to improve from here on out going forward. And, yeah, man, this dude is pretty much, you know, unstoppable. Just due to the fact alone that he can that he draws fouls. He doesn't flop, you know, like people say he doesn't flop. Like, he really takes the contact. And then he tries to fight through it, and that's how he gets a lot of and ones too. So it's kind of understandable why people would consider him MVP, because of his offense is just so unmatched. Unmatched with a lot of people who guard him on a nightly basis. So it's really understandable why he would be in the MVP discussion this year. And you also have Steph Curry, who I think who I said in the Russell West, when I talked about Russell Westbrook and his little triple double rampage that he went on. When I talked about this triple double little rampage that he was going on there for that good month of March, it was. I stated that it was gonna be clear that that Steph Curry was gonna take home the MVP. I don't see nobody else winning this, and the only reason why I don't see nobody else winning is because Look at the Warriors' record. Look where they are in the Western Conference. Then look where they are in the whole NBA. And you will understand what I mean by Steph Curry is going to get the MVP regardless. They're giving it to him. It's already a wrap. He's going to be on the cover of 2K16 next year. We already know this. Like, it's bound to happen, man. But there's one thing I want to say about that Golden State Warriors team, and that's this. As good as Steph Curry is, Klay Thompson is the only person that's going to take him far. As good as Steph Curry is, Klay Thompson is the only person that's going to take that team far. Because without Klay Thompson, because if Klay Thompson is not on fire in the when playoff time come, if Klay Thompson ain't hitting his shots, you can write Golden State off. That's a two-header. It's a two-headed monster, and it has to have it. It's a two-headed monster in that backcourt. And the funny part is, your best player is not even the true threat. The true threat is Klay Thompson. So I really want to see what this team does when the pressure's on. Because I think I stated this, yesterday. I stated this yesterday. That it's gonna come down to the Pelicans and the Thunder, but I think the Thunder are gonna be the one. I want the Pelicans to move on and face Golden State in the first round, because I want to see what Anthony Davis can do. But with them having to play the Spurs for their last game, I mean, unless they sitting out, unless they sitting out Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and all them, if they sitting them out. Thank you, Popovich. Thank you, because you're giving the Pelicans the green light. You're giving the Pelicans the green light to go further. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving them the green light. You're gonna let the young ones get it in. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if I'm Greg Popovich, I kind of don't want to see Russell Westbrook in the playoffs. To be honest with you, if I'm Greg Popovich, I know they beat them before, but do you really want to see, Russell Westbrook and the Thunder in the play? No, you don't want to see them. So you're gonna do what's best. You're gonna sit them out. You're gonna sit all your starters out. You're gonna say, hey, we resting for the playoffs. We going for the playoffs, bro. We the defending champions. We don't need this win here. We got the second seed locked up. We don't need to do anything special here. We can take an L. We can dive. We can take a dive this game. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely do that. But I don't know. I mean, if I'm Greg Popovich, I sit him out. I mean, there ain't no purpose of playing them against the Pelicans. I mean, the Pelicans, yeah, they gonna be playing hard, but why I gotta have my guys out here playing hard? It's the last game of the season. We got our spot. You know what I'm saying? Does it really matter at this point? We got our spot. You know what I'm saying? We could take that L. You know what I'm saying? We don't need a win streak. We don't need a win streak, because if I'm Greg Popovich, I'm like, we don't need a win streak going into the playoffs. We're defending champions. Everybody has to go through us in order to be a top dog. We still the top dog. So, yeah. But that's just me, though, man. That's just me. Now, the MVP race. I will say this. MVP race has been pretty good this year. There's been a lot of good names in there, Steph Curry, James Harden, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis. Those are pretty much the top three. Those are pretty much like the top five. Yeah, top five guys for MVP this year. But there's one name that got left out, and that was Kawhi Leonard. Now, if Kawhi Leonard would have played, didn't get injured for so many games with the hand and the eye injury and stuff like that, You know, if he would have stayed, you know, healthy throughout the whole season, Kawhi Leonard be in this MVP discussion right now. I'm just telling y'all, man. Like, Kawhi Leonard would have definitely been in this MVP discussion. If you're wondering how the San Antonio Spurs went from the 7th seed to the 2nd seed in just 1 month, look no further than Kawhi Leonard. He's the real reason why this team. It's not Tim Duncan. It's not Tony Parker. It's not Ginobili. You know, it's Kawhi. Kawhi is a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, listen, the Spurs go as far as Kawhi can take them, man. I don't think they're really relying on Tim Duncan and Ginobili and all those guys anymore. I think they're relying on Kawhi. Kawhi. He's their main focus now. They're trying to implement him as the star. And I think he's still on that I'll take the back seat. I'm still trying to learn the ropes, you know. Nah, you a finals MVP, bruh. It's time for you to step up and be the man. So I think that's what's happening in San Antonio right now. So yeah, that's definitely a guy who people may not take into consideration for MVP this year, but if he played a full season, he would have been in MVP talks this year. That's just me. Seeing what Kawhi Leonard's been doing with the Spurs going on with this 12-11 game win streak, it's not you know, something to look. It's something to look into, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, it's something to look into. My personal opinion, I think looking into Kawhi Leonard and him being an MVP this season is something that people should definitely look into. You know, he should at least be, you know, I understand he missed a lot of games in the beginning of the season, so he kind of like made himself ineligible. But you could say the same thing about Westbrook if you think about it, and you could say the same thing about Anthony Davis if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? You could say the same thing about LeBron too. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. I think that Kawhi Leonard if he would have stayed healthy this whole season, he could have been in MVP talks. But hey, that's the media, man. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much about it, man. I just wanted to talk about topics that I want to talk about. We win the game. I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out.